Hi everyone, I'm Wafalango and welcome you all in Grammar in Detail. Yesterday we talked about sentence and today we will be discussing about the components or parts of sentence. Sentence having two parts, subject and predicate we discussed. So first one we are going to start today, that is known as subject. What is the definition of subject? Doer of an action. The definition of doer of an action subject is subject does something in a sentence, or doer of an action or a person, definitely an action is done by a person, is called subject. Example, you are teaching Urdu. Now in this sentence the doer of an action is called you. Ahmad has solved the sums. Now Ahmad is the doer of an action in this sentence. They will ignore mistakes. They is subject in your sentence. So doer of an action or a person is called subject, and very easy we can say that subject does something in a sentence. Now till here it is quite clear that subject is the doer of an action. A question arises in some sentences that I am a teacher. Suppose I am a teacher, I is the doer of an action. So here students get a lot of confusions. That is to be removed. Now we are going to discuss it. If I say I am a teacher, in this sentence most of the students they say I is subject. Okay, I do agree that I is subject, but here we talked that doer of an action is called subject. But I am a teacher, I am not doing an action. Or further I will clarify it for you people. I say suppose Karachi is a city. Now we discussed in the definition that subject does something in a sentence, or doer of an action or a person is called subject. But over here Karachi is not doing something or not doing an action. How would you call it? Subject. And another example, I say suppose it is a marker. Now over there I am just talking about it, Karachi and I. Over there in these three sentences subject is not doing an action. So how would you like to call it? Subject. Will it be right or wrong? So this one we will discuss in the next slide. Keep in your mind, subject has got two definitions. The first one we discussed in the previous slide, the doer of an action or a person is called subject, or subject does something, like you are learning English, we are playing cricket, they have eaten food. Over there that is called subject. But in this definition of subject, which is known as title or topic subject, your subject is not going to be called the doer of an action. That subject will be called the title subject or topic subject. The definition of title subject: a person, place, or a thing in a sentence which we are talking about is called subject. Keep in your mind, here subject is not the doer of an action. Here your subject is known as title or topic subject. In this sentence, one example is Ali is a boy. Now Ali is not doing an action. We are just talking about a person. I say Karachi is a city. Karachi is not doing an action. Karachi is over here a name of place, and it is a marker. Suppose I say it is a marker, it is not performing an action. So you can say that subject is having two definitions. The first one is known as subject does something in a sentence or doer of an action, and second subject is not the doer of an action. You can read it over here in bracket that it is written title or topic subject, which means we are talking about. Now here we are talking about a person. Suppose I say Ali is a boy. How do we talk about? You might have heard about this a lot. Topic. Today my topic is. Topic means which you are going to explain or you are going to discuss about. In the same way, in school colleges you have heard this word a lot, title or topic. So keep in your mind, it is the same topic or title subject which we are talking about. Here it is not doing any sort of action. For example, I say Ali is a boy. I'm talking about a person. I say Ali is a boy. Ali is a regular boy. Ali does not make absentees in class. All the teachers like Ali. this that we are talking about a person. How can we talk about a place? I say Karachi is a city. It is a big city. It is a populated city, and it has been made corrupt by our corrupt leaders. So this is what we are talking about, a place. And in the same way, we talk about a marker. Suppose I say it is a thing. Now for example, I say it is a marker. It is a black marker. It is cost 35 rupees. It is used by the teachers to make the students understand. So this is what, so when we talk about a person, place or a thing in a sentence which we are talking about, that is also called subject. How could you recognize that this is title subject or that is the doer of an action? Keep in your mind when we will start the tenses. In tenses we will learn that what is title subject and what is doer of an action. Tenses are divided into two kinds. One is called action tenses, one is called non-action tenses. So in action tenses we will be using subject of doer of an action, and in non-action tenses we will be using title subject, which will be called topic subject etc. Now over here this is clear. We, if you remember previous lecture, we were talking about sentence. Sentence was having two parts, subject and predicate. Then subject itself was having two parts. One was subject, that is what clear now, and next one was EOS. So let's discuss the next one in the third slide, that what EOS is. Okay, dear students, here we are going to clear the concept of EOS. What do we mean by EOS? Suppose in one sentence I say I play chess. Again, a question arises, who else play with you? Means there are more than one person playing chess. Means there are two persons playing chess. So if I say I play chess, a question arises, who else play with you? So this is what we are going to talk about, EOS. And what does it stand for? EOS stands for extension of subject. Extension of subject. Keep in your mind, E means extension, O means of, S means subject. It stands for extension of subject. Extension of subject means it gives extra information about your subject. I say, what is the definition of extension of subject? A word or group of words. Keep in your mind, extension of subject can be one word and can be more than two words. For example, a word or group of words which gives extra information about your subject is called EOS, extension of subject. For example, I say I play chess. A question arises, who else play with you? Then I say I and my brother play chess. I am subject. My brother is known as the also doer of an action. I am also doing action. My brother is also doing the action. I am the main subject. My brother is extension of subject. Means he is also involved doing such action. I and my brother play chess. So your first subject, I, is going to be called subject. And my brother, my brother is known as EOS. Now, next example, there can be more than two or three words in EOS. For example, suppose I say, you play cricket. Now over there is one subject. Someone may ask you that who else play with you? Then you'll say that you, Ali, Yasir, Wajid, Joy, Root and Adil play cricket. Now over here in this sentence, you is your subject. Ali, Yasir, Wajid, Joy, Root and Adil, they are also involved in playing cricket. So keep in your mind, whatever after you comes, that is all about your EOS when it is doer of an action. Keep in your mind, Ali, Yasir, Wajid, Joy, Root and Ali, Adil are your extension of subject, which give extra information about you, that you is not alone doer of an action playing cricket. Yasir, Ali, whatever the names coming after you are also known as doer of an action. So they will be called EOS. One thing let me clear for you people more. If you want to bring my brother at the beginning, I after, for example, you say my brother and I play chess. So my brother is coming first, I is coming second. Keep in your mind, my brother will be called subject, I will be called then EOS. First subject, whatever name you pick up. For example, I say Adil, you, Ali, Yasir and Root play cricket. Over here, first name comes, that will be called your subject, and the remaining names will be called, whether they are more than one, that may be one, that will be called EOS. One note is there about EOS, you should remember it and keep it in your mind. EOS can also come with your title subject. Do you remember, now in previous slide we discussed that there are two definitions of subject. One subject, doer of an action, which is used in your action tenses, and one subject is non-action tenses like title subject. So you can bring EOS with title subject as well. Now for example, I say I am a teacher, one subject. A question arises, who else is a teacher? I say I and Nadeem are teachers. I is your subject, Nadeem is your EOS. And I say Karachi is a city. If I say Karachi and Quetta are cities, Karachi is your subject and Quetta is your EOS. So EOS can come with your title subject as well as with your doer of an action subject. Hope you got the lecture about subject, and inshallah next lecture will be about predicate and its parts. Wish you best of luck. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.